Final kind of big thing. This is a fun one that I saw, but a couple days ago, James Cameron seemed to casually, subtly kind of confirm Alita 2 is in the works. And so this is a movie that I want a sequel to. Since the first one came out, this one I've been excited about it. I guess James Cameron just sold one of his houses. And so someone asked him, why did you sell your house? And he explained, I'm working in Wellington and Los Angeles, and on the new Alita Battle Angel films, I'll be working in Austin, so it just didn't make sense for us to live there anymore. So it's like one of those quotes that he just kind of like says something and you go, hey, wait a minute. Did you just tell us something pretty important about this movie that's coming out? I don't think that the first Alita is fantastic, but it's a movie where I want to see more of this world. I really like this lead character. I would love to get more kind of from this space. And so like hearing that, any little glimmers of hope that maybe we'll get Alita 2 makes me go, I hope that happens. Griffin, what did you think about the idea that maybe we got Alita 2? Is that exciting to you? What do you make of this little quote from Mr. Cameron?
Yeah, thank God, because I was actually a really big fan of this movie. I agree, it's not perfect. There's some of that James Cameron like teen melodrama that's just a bit too cringy for me, and like it's whatever. Yeah. It's like his brand. It just kind of it's whatever. But also the guy who I can't remember if he died in the first one, but like the actor who played her love interest. Did not like him at all.
No. He was in a different league from everyone else.
Yeah, exactly. So it didn't
like
help.
Alita was so charming while strong, and then Christoph Waltz, and then that guy was like, how'd you get this? Are you like related to someone? What's going on here?
Yeah, that guy felt like he was in like Mortal Engines, if you remember that movie. So yeah, but honestly, because the movie I guess didn't do as well, and because of the Fox merger and a bunch of stuff, I was like, we're never gonna get a sequel to this. But there has been a very vocal section of like the online fandom community that has been championing an Alita Battle Angel movie, and the fact that Cameron is hinting at the fact that like we're probably going to get a sequel to that. Like, hell yeah, I'm all in for it, especially since he doesn't have to direct them. He can be a part of the writing process. Obviously, I don't know how much time he can devote to the post-production of it all, but I'm sure he'll like sign off on stuff. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Moving to Austin, work with Robert Rodriguez, get the Alita movies done. Like I'm so for this. I just think it's hilarious that this is the way we found out.
Right, just that's the quote. Like, yeah, I sold my house. Like,
yeah,
right. Like, whoops.
Yeah, just like outrageous. Yeah,
So, like, for me, I've always had this very strange relationship with the Avatar films of, I think James Cameron's a master filmmaker and does incredible things. I'm just not all that interested in the specific world that he's decided to dedicate 30 years of his life to. And I feel like Alita's not as well crafted or like there's some clunkiness there. Robert Rodriguez does things that I love, but he's not as strong and just holistically competent as James Cameron in a lot of ways. But like of these two A franchises, I'd much rather see more in the world of Alita. I feel like it's a world I want to explore versus the world of Avatar. And so, especially when you're like getting 1 zillion more Avatar films, that was like my feeling. So the idea that we might get another one and kind of continue exploring this world, I'd love to see that. Richard, have you seen Alita?
I have not. I mean, I've heard a lot about it. I know, like what Griffin was saying, there's a huge like social media group that loves the Alita movie. So I'm gonna have to check it out. The thing I'm curious about is when is James Cameron going to have time to make this movie with 3 more freaking Avatar movies coming out over the next God knows how many years?
Yeah, I mean the 5th one doesn't come out until the 2030s, so I mean he's got time in between projects. So if I don't know if you know the details on the history of this, but basically back in like 2005, James Cameron was going, "What do I want to do next?" And he was sitting there with these 2 projects, Avatar and Battle Angel, as it was called back then. And he was going, which one should I do? And he was going back and forth deciding which one to do. Obviously, he decided to do Avatar, but he never lost his interest in Alita Battle Angel, and it's based off a manga. There's a long history there, robust fan base, a long history, a lot of source material, and then when Alita came out, James Cameron was the script guy, and so he was very involved in it. But Robert Rodriguez directed him, and I think it showed us some of the good side to Robert Rodriguez, which is he can direct very vibrant, dynamic action sequences, and so that's all in there. But yeah, that's where I like. It's one of those ones where the thing that was surprising about it is Alita herself, who is this battle angel that kills people. She's very endearing, like very charming as a character, while also like killing people. She has this naive energy and a strong confidence at the same time that it's like, oh, this is a really likable. I want to see this person do more stuff, more of that. So you should check it out. Like like
it's on my list for sure.
There's some things in there that are like, that's an obvious fault, and okay, that's a little clunky, but it's an interesting world with a great lead character.
And Cameron keeps the train going. I mean, he's got freaking 2 of the 3 highest grossing movies ever, so he can do whatever he wants now.
Yes,
yeah, seriously, yeah.
James Cameron, what a crazy career.
What a dude.
This is trying to think. I guess whenever Titanic came out, you guys were still learning to speak and walk. You stop and think about that.
True.
At the phases of your life that you can remember, he's only done Avatar films. That's wild to me. That's crazy.
I remember seeing Titanic on a plane once for the first time. I think I was like 8 or 9 or something.
The ideal way to watch Titanic on a plane.
Oh yeah. I think it was like a cross country flight from like California to New York or something. So it almost took up the whole flight. But like, when did that come out? 97?
97.
So I was like 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
But yeah, it took me a long time to actually like get through the entire movie for like a whole sitting. But it's a epic movie, and I cannot believe they're doing it in real life, which is a whole other story for another day because I could go on a rant about that.